Before moving on to the eighth question for not-for-profit organization, let me elaborately tell you that how will you find out stock consumed during the year. So let's learn formula to find out stock consumed during the year. So once you learn it, it will be easy for you to make your income and expenditure and balance sheet, and this working carries a lot of marks, so pay attention. First of all, find out what is the amount which is paid during the year. Amount paid during the year. So that amount needs to be put. Now, whatever amount is paid, you have to do is add up your opening stock. Add opening stock and subtract your closing stock less closing stock. Okay, so amount paid, add your opening stock less closing stock. Now you must have learnt a formula, add outstanding less prepaid. So less prepaid during current year. Less prepaid during current year. Okay, and what about the previous year? So since you are doing less prepaid during current year, so add prepaid during your previous year. Prepaid during previous year. And now last point for your creditors. I have 1 point for your stock, 1 point for your prepaid expenses, and the last point is for your creditors. So I will add up the closing creditors and I will subtract the opening creditors. So this will give you, after all add and subtract, this will give you your stock consumed during the year. Stock consumed during the year. Okay, let's try one question. Start with question number 8. Prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2015. I have some items related to 2014, that is previous year, and some related to 2015, that is current year. So first of all, before preparing income and expenditure, I have some stock of medicines, some creditors for medicines, advance paid for medicines, but I don't have the value of medicines consumed during the year. So first of all, I will do calculation of medicines consumed. Calculation of medicines consumed during your 14-15. Okay. Amount paid for medicines during 14-15 is this. So, amount paid during the year. Amount paid during the year is 107,800. Okay. Now, stock of medicines. So this must be your opening stock and this must be your closing stock. So we know that add opening add up 29,800 and less closing less 4,800, that comes up to 132,800. So I am done with the adjustments of opening and closing stock. Now the second thing is about your creditors, opening and closing creditors, and the third thing is advance paid for medicines. This is your closing advance paid, that is prepaid and carried forward 13-14, means this is your prepaid of the previous year. So let's make these adjustments first. We know that it is add outstanding less prepaid. So less prepaid during the current year. Prepaid during current year, it is 12,800. So I need to subtract 12,800 and add prepaid during your previous year. Previous year. So adding up here 1,800 here, that comes up to 121,800. Okay. Now the adjustment remaining is for the creditors, and I know that I have to add closing creditors and subtract opening creditors. So add up your closing creditors. We have to add up the closing creditors. So closing creditors is 12,800. So add closing creditors. Add up 12,800. So add closing creditors less your opening creditors. That is 19,800. So one adjustment is done for your stock, one adjustment is done for your creditors, and one adjustment is done for your prepaid thing during the current year and the previous year. So the amount here is 114,800. Now this amount you will take it to your income and expenditure account, because this is the value of medicines consumed. This is actually medicines consumed in 14-15. And in balance sheet you will have to write the current creditors, which is this, in your liability side. Then Advance for medicine 1200, which is given, will be your assert. And then stock of medicine, the current stock of medicine needs to be stated here. Stock of medicines closing will be put in balance sheet. So moving on to my income and expenditure account. And my extract of balance sheet. That is 2015. I have liabilities and assets, and here I will have expenditure, and your income. So in expenditure side, I will write the value of medicines consumed. To medicine consumed is 114,800, the value which I got from the working above. And extract of balance sheet, my current liability include the creditors of 12,800, and advance for medicine will be my assert. $12,800 for the current year is my assert, and stock of medicine, closing stock, is an assert. $4,800. This is how you will show the items in your income and expenditure and balance sheets.